Hello everyone, welcome back to another FSD supervised video. So we are on 2026.14.6.11. This is a second iteration of version 14.3.4 and we're doing a few tests in downtown Calgary. So I've got a few waypoints here. We've got Walmart, Canadian Tire, Real Superstore. We're gonna hit those places. We'll see how it does with parking. And yeah, so a few changes here you can see on the screen. You've got driving to Walmart. It says that now on the screen. So those are a few of the subtle changes that they've been doing. But really, I think they didn't even like change the version of the FSD when they did that. Um, yeah, and then there's something around the parking situation when you are close to the parking spot of your destination. It pops up and shows you um, what parking settings it's going to take. So we're going to have to drive through straight from here. We'll see how it does. I would like it to be a little bit more to the right hand side so that it clears any pathway for traffic to go through. But nevertheless, this is pretty good. Does this very well. No hesitation there. Let's see where it's gonna pick for a parking spot here. It's gonna have to drive through this box store over here, which is for construction. And this guy is signaling, but the car still goes through. I wish I would have waited for him. It was a little bit awkward because he was giving me the look. If you folks like this video, please hit like and please subscribe to my channel. It'll help me a lot. Um, and if you have any questions or any testing suggestions, you might as well just let me know in the comments down below. I'll, um, I would like to take some suggestions, and I'm open to do different types of tests. We should be getting some rain today, but it's been calling for rain for since yesterday. But to be honest, it just looks really nice these days. So um, I thought to myself, I'll wait for the rain to come, but I don't want to miss my chance to test this video when it's freshly out. So you can see on the screen that it shows that the parking spot that it's selected is kind of in a different area, but it does change over here to try and find a parking spot. And to be honest, this is good. Like I really don't mind parking far away from the entrance of a building. It chooses to go here between these two cars. It's gonna set it on reverse here. Backs in very nicely. Yeah, it's a pretty good parking spot. It's between the lines. It's in the middle. It's centered well. I've got enough space to get out. Yeah, pretty good. So let's go to the next one here. So we are going to Canadian Tire, and it's also driving just in the back of the alley here. It's interesting that it wants to take a right, but you can go from the left even from here. Um, this is pretty good. And yeah, it tries to drive further away from the entrance, which is great because at the entrance you'll find a lot of traffic and a lot of people that are crossing. So it makes it easier to drive from the back here where it's empty. Ooh, a little bit of slight hesitation there, and it was braking a little bit for that pedestrian there. It's almost like it's not really sure where the person is going to walk. I mean, we can see him clearly traveling this way towards us on the left hand side. So it wasn't like he was trying to plan on crossing in front of us. So we're signaling left over here. We've got a little bit of traffic. Can't really see any cars from our right hand side, but does see it very quickly over here and does slow down for it. So let's see if it's going to, and it does. And it does get in over here to this. There's a very awkward three-way intersection over here. So honestly, it did this very well. Even though there was a lot of traffic that has stopped, that it still entered that intersection there, which is okay for the most part. But I can see a situation where you can clog up that intersection. That three-way stop could cause some havoc. Okay, so we're coming to a stop here. We're going to turn right. See some traffic here from the left. One more car, and it's deciding to turn in over here, so it takes a it's clear for it to go right. We've got the green light here. Oh, it does change to amber here, so we're going to have to stop. Then we've got some cars coming in from the left. Very fast car over here on the left. We should be clear to go. And if folks haven't done yet, please hit like and please subscribe to my channel. It'll help me a lot. And if you are interested in testing out FSD, you can use my link to demo a car from Tesla that has an FSD, and you can test it out yourself. And also, if you are looking at buying a new Tesla, please support my channel by using my referral code. And it's down at the link as well below. And yeah, you will get 3 months of free FSD if you use my referral code. I really love that it leaves a gap over here on the right hand side for traffic to go through if it needs to go through. There is a truck on my right that wants to slide into the road. I'm not too sure if they're going to sneak in. Oh, they do decide to abort and go from somewhere else. There's a vehicle, an SUV over here. I think they're just gonna jump in here, aren't they? I'm just gonna give them the wave just so that they can enter. Okay, so we've got the green light. Very tight over here. It does decide to signal and go left. To be honest, that's not even a wide enough lane for a small vehicle. So I like that decision. A little bit of a construction going on over here on the road. Interestingly, though, our destination is right there, is on the right, but it doesn't decide to go in that entrance over there. It's very, very, very worried about crossing in from here. There's a lot of people. I haven't really touched the gas pedal over here. A lot of hesitation, a lot of phantom braking there. And we do have the screen popping open over here for our parking. Chooses to go in from here. I think it did that. It did that very well. There's a little bit of uncomfortable braking, a lot of uncomfortable braking over here, and you can see that the steering wheel is kind of jerking to the left. Again, guys, we haven't really seen these in version 13 a lot. Version 14 is proving to take a long time to stabilize. If you want to ask me, in my opinion, my experience from full self-driving, very slowly approaching this speed bump over here. Yeah, and it decides to park behind the parking for Canadian Tire, which is very a very bad place to park. So Canadian Tire is right behind me, and the entrance is the opposite side of the building. It should find a way to go around the building and park there. So there you go. So yeah, it did it, but it's not that perfect. So we'll give it. We'll head over to our next destination, which is the real Canadian Superstore, which is a hypermarket, and it's right across the street. So it's going to have to go right and then take a left from there and go around. So parking spot was good though. It parked between the lanes, in a good area. But yeah, for actually going into Canadian Tire, I wouldn't park there. I would drive up on this road, go into the next right, and head over there. So you can see over here, there's a clear path that there's a clear lane right in front of me. It should be able to enter to the road and then kind of merge into traffic because it wants to cut across the whole street. That's why it's reluctant on doing that. And yeah, there's a lot of fixation on changing lanes and then moving on to a next lane, while previous versions of FSD kind of cuts through the whole road and goes straight to the last lane. Um, I'm not too sure why we're not seeing these intelligent maneuvers anymore. All right, so we've got the green light here, and it's an advanced green, so we don't really need to yield. I would have liked to yield over here. Let's see how close we get to the destination um, before we find that the screen opens up and then we see the whole parking situation here. I really like that feature that it opens up the screen and you see the map in full detail so that you know where you're parking. That is a very welcomed change. But yeah, let's see how close we need to get. I think it'll be just after this intersection over here once we enter the kind of close to the parking lot. We've got the advanced green. A lot of pedestrians here right next to this turn. No hesitation at all. FSD does great over here. Okay, so we are turning over here. And there's still quite a bit of a road, like an S curve road that we have before we are close to the grocery store. There we go. So we're about, let's say, where are we? Maybe like 500 meters, 400 meters to our destination, and then the screen opens up, and then you get the full detailed view of the parking lot and your destination. So in order to enter the parking lot over here, we're going to have to turn a right, and then the store's face front is going to be right in front of us. So it's going to probably find, let's see if it's going to bail before reaching the P parking spot icon here. The car in front of me seems like it's stopped on the right here. They don't have a real good indication if they're stopping or not, so that's probably why FSD is confused. And we have a lot of pedestrians crossing here. Let's see if it's going to bail and take a left over here, try and find parking. Very slow on this hump over here. It's determined to go through this entrance over here in this busy intersection. There's a pedestrian right on our left over here. It does honor them and stop. I was cutting it very close, to be honest. It was touch or go if FSD is gonna pass or not. And it does decide to turn in over here, right where the P parking spot indicator is. Okay, we have a pedestrian right behind us in this parking spot, but it does decide to take it. And this is one of the things with full self drive. Oh, it doesn't one shot it this time. Finds it a little bit difficult. This is one of the things with full self driving. It does back into a parking spot. So if you're going to a grocery store, there is no way um, you're gonna let it park itself, because you want to access the boot and you want to be able to load in all your groceries. So okay, so now we're going to our last destination, which is a mall. And it's gonna leave from here. I'm gonna take this exit. It's clear for traffic. There is a car coming in from our left-hand side over here, but it's quite far away, so it doesn't really interfere with our entry to the intersection here. Okay. Not very clear here where the lanes are, so you can see FSD is getting a little bit confused on where to stop. And we are in the correct lane. That right lane is the one that goes straight forward, so it did this very nicely. Very pleased with that. Lots of parked cars over here on each side. Quite busy area. Got the green light here, so we're going right. still a little bit of construction over here, so let's see if it's gonna pick this right lane over here. It does stay on its left, which is preferable, to be honest, because you really can't fit in that right lane unless you're like on a motorcycle or something. Very reluctant to take a right to change lanes here, but it does eventually do it. Just because our destination is on the right hand side, so it wants to prepare itself to be on the right lane. So yeah, so far this version is very good. You know, small refinements, to be honest. And driving over here to this area, I did use it for a bit, and that was my first time using 3.4 on this latest build. Yeah, I don't really see a lot of new changes in behavior. To be honest, there's a lot of room for getting more to have a much more polished version. Um, the most polished version that I've used so far is version 13.2.9 from last year or early this year, and yeah, nothing really beats that version, to be honest. Yes, there's more faster reaction times in this version, but in terms of smoothness and comfort, the previous one was way better. So now we are around 400 meters away, and it does open up the screen so that we can see the traffic here. It waits very nicely for this four-way stop for the other two cars that were here before me. And yeah, we're entering here to this parking zone. So, parking in the mall, it's pretty difficult to actually like find out where exactly do you want to park. It's really speeding over these speed bumps as well, or speed humps. I don't know if it's because it doesn't see them or this is what it's got in its map data. Yeah, we're turning in over here, and you can pretty much park anywhere around this mall. We do have a little bit of a construction zone here. Doesn't really slow down a lot for it. So yeah, it's a little bit bumpy for my liking. Just curious to see where it's going to end up parking. It does get to relatively like the entrance of the mall, and if I'm guessing right, I think it might turn in to one of these parking lanes over here and try to find a parking spot. There we go. So we've got the indicator, and it's going to turn in over here. Yeah, it's pretty good for a robo taxi. I would still prefer to be able to pick where I would like to park on the mall, depending on where I want to go to the mall or what do I want to shop for in the mall and all that stuff. But yeah, it gets the job done, but it's not really um, personalized, let's say. So yeah, folks, hope you guys like this video. If you have any suggestions, like I said, please let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, there was zero interventions, to be honest, I think in these few spots over here. But I mean, we are letting it do what it needs to do. Um, Curious to see if it's going to pick any of these spots over here. It's taking... it kind of skipped on a few. Let's see if it's going to pick this one. Looks like it is aiming for it as it turns the steering wheel. Yep, there we go. So it looks like it's going to go front in first, which is different. Ooh, gets a little bit too close for my liking over there. But yeah, it knows what it does. On my left-hand side, you can see it's a little bit tight, so it's a little bit difficult for me to get out from here, but it's not the end of the world. So yeah, hope you folks like this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.